There's a woman who unlocks her front door without touching it. No keys, no phone, just her hand. She waves it near the lock and walks right in. Inside her body are 52 technological implants, making her a Guinness World Record holder. This isn't science fiction. It's happening right now, and it's forcing us to ask a question we never thought we'd face. What happens when our bodies become updatable? Think about your smartphone for a second. When it gets slow, you upgrade. When an app crashes, you delete it and download something better. We become used to this rhythm of improvement, this constant optimization of our digital tools. But here's where things get strange. Some people are starting to treat their bodies the same way. They're not waiting for evolution to catch up. They're taking matters into their own hands, literally implanting technology under their skin, connecting prosthetics directly to their nervous systems, and pushing the boundaries of what it means to be human. The question isn't whether this is possible anymore. The question is, what happens when we normalize it? Let me take you inside a barn in Tehachapi, California. It's May 2024, and a group of people have gathered for something called Grindfest, an annual meetup where biohackers compare their body modifications like you'd show off new tattoos. One attendee has a prosthetic eye that glows with a green laser. Another demonstrates how magnets implanted in their fingertips let them sense magnetic fields, giving them a sixth sense most humans don't have. These aren't medical patients. They're pioneers who call themselves grinders, and they're experimenting with what the human body can become. But before you write this off as fringe behavior, consider what's happening in mainstream medicine. Right now, researchers at the University of Chicago and University of Pittsburgh have developed prosthetic hands that let users feel texture, pressure, and temperature. They've placed electrode arrays directly into the parts of the brain responsible for touch. When someone using this prosthetic picks up a piece of fruit, they can feel it. Not imagine it, actually feel it. The brain receives electrical signals that recreate the sensation of holding something soft versus something hard. This isn't just about replacing what's lost. It's about what becomes possible when we blur the line between biology and technology. Here's where the story takes a turn. In 1998, a British scientist named Kevin Warwick became the first person to implant an electronic chip in his body, a device that communicated with his computer to open doors and control lights in his home. People thought he was eccentric. Fast forward to 2025, and companies like Esper Bionics are launching AI-powered prosthetic hands that adapt to user behavior, learn grip patterns, and function underwater. The technology has evolved from novelty to necessity in less than 3 decades. And the pace is accelerating. Neuro-controlled prosthetics now use machine learning algorithms that analyze how you move and adjust in real time. If you struggle to pick up a delicate object, the AI learns and refines the grip automatically. By 2030, researchers predict these prosthetics will be completely wireless, communicating directly with your nervous system without any external hardware. You'll control them by thinking, and they'll feel like natural extensions of your body. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Traditional organ transplants are still fighting a battle we haven't solved. Your immune system is designed to attack foreign objects, and transplanted organs are exactly that, foreign. Even with the best matching and immunosuppressant drugs, about 10 to 15% of transplant recipients experience rejection episodes. All recipients have some level of immune response. Your body is fundamentally designed to resist exactly what transplantation requires it to accept. That's why the biohacking movement is so compelling. Microchip implants and prosthetic limbs don't trigger immune rejection the way biological organs do. They're minimally invasive, they don't interfere with critical systems, and they carry relatively low infection risks. A rice grain-sized chip under your skin between your thumb and index finger can unlock doors, make payments, and store medical data, all without your body treating it as a threat. Now imagine scaling this concept. We're not talking about novelty implants anymore. Scientists are working on sensors that live under your skin and measure blood sugar, temperature, and oxygen levels in real time. Brain-computer interfaces are being tested that could restore memory, help with concentration, and even treat depression. These aren't distant dreams. Clinical trials are happening right now, and the Department of Defense has been conducting experiments with similar technologies to enhance soldiers' physical and mental capabilities. The real shift happens when you realize we're already cyborgs. We just don't think of ourselves that way. Your smartphone is a memory extension. Your smartwatch monitors your heart rate and tells you when to breathe. We've externalized these upgrades, but the technology is moving inward, and once it's inside, the relationship changes. Consider what happened with prosthetics. For centuries, they were crude substitutions, a hook for a hand, a wooden peg for a leg. But in January 2025, researchers published findings showing that prosthetic users could distinguish between shapes and sense motion across their bionic hand skin through targeted brain stimulation. The prosthetic didn't just respond to commands, it sent information back. It created a feedback loop between artificial limb and human consciousness that felt natural. That word natural is doing a lot of work here, because what's natural when you can feel through silicon and metal? What's natural when your body can be upgraded the way your computer gets a software update?
There's a darker side to this story we need to address. Privacy concerns are enormous. If you have a chip that connects to external systems, who controls that connection? Can it be hacked? Can companies or governments access the data streaming from sensors inside your body? We're talking about intimate biological information being collected continuously. At the biohacking conferences, this is one of the most heated debates. How do you maintain autonomy when technology is embedded in your flesh? And then there's the question of inequality. Right now, advanced prosthetics cost tens of thousands of dollars. Brain-computer interfaces are available only through clinical trials. If body upgrades become normalized, will they become another dividing line between the wealthy and everyone else? Will we create a society where some people have enhanced capabilities and others are left with baseline biology? The medical community is proceeding with caution. Doctors warn that even minimally invasive implants carry risks: infection, inflammation, scar tissue formation. The long-term effects of many of these technologies are still unknown. We're essentially running an experiment on human biology in real time, and the results won't be clear for decades. But the genie is out of the bottle. People are already doing this, whether the medical establishment is ready or not. And as the technology improves, as costs come down, as the benefits become more obvious, adoption will accelerate. So let's return to the original question. What if we could remove and upgrade our body parts like apps? The answer is we're already starting to. The technology exists. The community of early adopters is growing. The ethical framework is being debated in real time. What we're witnessing isn't just technological advancement, it's the redefinition of what human means. This isn't about whether it's possible. It's about whether we're ready for a world where biology is optional, where your body's capabilities depend on which upgrades you can afford, where the line between human and machine becomes so blurred it stops meaning anything at all. The woman with 52 implants? She calls herself a transhumanist, someone who wants to transcend current human limitations. She's not alone. There are thousands of people experimenting with body augmentation right now, pushing boundaries, testing what works, and creating a future most of us haven't even imagined yet. The question isn't if this future is coming. The question is what kind of humans we want to be when it arrives.